So what is differentiation? So integration is addition, then differentiation is difference. This is a difference. The formula I'll write you. So for example, dx to the power n by dx formula I'll give you nx n minus 1. So you put the power here and reduce the power by 1. And if it's a constant, then it will be becoming 0 because constant don't change. So it is differentiation. Differentiation just measures how much a function is changing at a given point. If I want to calculate, if I have fx, okay, right, and if I want to check, okay, d by dx of fx at a certain point, x equal to x naught, anything. So I can change that, how much is the function changing. For example, okay, I have this line, this coordinate axis, okay, and there are two lines. So this is your say for example, this is your y is equal to x, and here you have y is equal to minus x. Okay, two lines. This is y equal to x, this is y equal to minus negative x, right? This is y, this is x, this is 0. So now if I ask you, what is the rate of change of y with respect to x? If x is changing by 1 unit, how much is y changing? That's what it gives. Differentiation is nothing but addition was like integration was like adding the area. Okay, so if I have this curve, I can add the area and this thing, and then I can get the curve. Now if I want to do the reverse thing, that is, if x is changing by this much, how much is this curve changing? The other one, fx. How will I find out? So it's nothing but, if you see, this is the line. Okay, if I know the slope of this line, so if I know how much is this changing at any given point, I can find out. Slope of a line is constant. Say for example, if I have a curve like this or some any other curve, so at different points the curve will be varying. In line you are seeing there's a constant slope, right? Here we know constantly. So generally a slope is defined at a point. If I have a curve like this, so at this point the slope will be different, at this point the slope will be different, at this point the slope will be different, right? A slope is the, with respect to whatever axis, that is the tan theta of that axis. This is the slope, so this is theta, so this is equal to tan theta is equal to slope, and y is equal to x means this 45-degree line. What will be the slope of this line? If y is equal to x, then what is the slope of this line? So slope of this line is plus 1. If y changes by 1 unit, this is also changed by, x changes by 1 unit, then y will also change by 1 unit. And similarly, this is negative, so the slope of this line will be minus 1. Y minus 1. So if you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. Okay. I have discussed this earlier, so I'll just discuss again. So why this slope is positive slope, plus 1? Say if you go from 1 to 2, if x is increasing, y is also increasing here. Y will also be 1, y will also be 2. So if x is increasing, if you go towards right, then y is also increasing. But if you see for this slope, this line, why is the slope negative? Because if I'm going from towards the right, that side my x is increasing. So if I go from minus 2 to minus 1, at minus 2 my y was 2, at minus 1 my y is 1. My x is increasing because I'm moving towards right. If we move on the number line towards right, everything will be increasing, right? Minus 2 is smaller than. So my x is increasing, but my y is decreasing. That's why the slope is negative. Okay, that's what it means. That rate of change of this variable is negative with respect to the other variable. Means if this is increasing, this is decreasing. That's what this means. I hope this is clear. What is the meaning of slope? So if this is clear, okay, let's see. So I told you, for a curve the slope this is for a line the slope is constant. But if it's a curve, say same example, if we take this one, yeah. Same example if you take here. Okay. So this is a curve. Now if I want to calculate Okay, so at any point, okay, what is the derivative? So this slope is constant. Yeah, so no problem. But here at this point the slope is different, at this point the slope is different, at this point the slope is different. Now if I want to calculate the formula for what is the formula for slope, so this is your tan theta, right? Tan theta will give me the slope, that is sine theta by cos theta, p by b, right? I want to know the p by b. As if my base is changing by something, how much is my height changing, the perpendicular changing, right? That is my y change. If x is changing by how much, then y is, that's what I want to calculate. Tan theta is what? Tan theta is nothing but p by b, perpendicular by base. So perpendicular distance is your y axis change and base distance is your x axis change, right? If x is changing by whatever units, then what is the corresponding change in y? That's what I want to measure by slope. Right? Similarly, if I want to have a formula for tan theta, generally at a point, for line it will be a constant. So if I have only one theta, but here the theta is varying. Here it is like a line parallel to x-axis. This is 0. Here it is very steep. Okay, here it is like very small theta. Now here if you see the theta has gone very large. It is almost close to 90 degree. The slope will be like this, but it is very very large, right? So I want to calculate a formula for this. How will I do? So for this there is something called a, okay, how to calculate the slope at any given point. Okay, so how to calculate the slope? So now we have to do the secant tangent formula. Okay, there is a secant tangent formula. So let's do how to calculate the slope. So let's see. So let's see, we have 2 points here. Okay, we have 2 points. So say this is your this is your x1 comma y1. This point is x1 y1 and this is your x2 comma y2. Okay, so this is your x1. So I'll just remove this. The whole axis went off so that it's clear, only few lines are there. This is your x1, this is your x2. Okay, so when I'll rub this off. Okay, so this is your x1, this is your y1. Now if I draw for any curve, if I connect 2 points on this curve, what will this give me? So this is your nothing, this is called nothing but the secant. This is called a secant, right? And what is the slope of this secant? So this is angle theta here. Okay, so this is nothing but this is 90 degree. So what is the, if I want to have the length of the secant here, this is the length of the secant. So do I know this length and this length? If I have 2 points on this curve, if I draw a secant connecting any 2 points, and now I drop a perpendicular this side. So this point is your x1. Let me do it in, this is x1, this is x2, and the corresponding part is y1, this is here y2. So this length here will be y2 minus y1, and this length here will be x2 minus x1, right? So this is your base, this is your perpendicular, this is your theta. Tan theta is perpendicular by base. So I can calculate my tan theta. Tan theta is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Simple, old school stuff. No problem till here. Rate of change of y by rate of change of x. Now, so this is your tan theta. Now what if my this thing, this x1 and x2, this is your delta x, right? So this is equal to delta y by delta x. This is the change in x, okay, or this is your delta x and this is your delta y. What if my delta x becomes, these 2 points come very very close, these 2 points x2 comes very very close, this delta x tends to 0, so this will become a point at x1. So I'm coming, so x2 is very very small, the delta is that x, so this x2 can be written as Let me write it. So x2 can be written as x1 plus delta x, and y2 can be written as y1 plus delta y, right? Delta y will calculate how it is, and we have the function. Okay, so we have the function also, and this is equal to f of x2, right? Or we can say this is equal to f of x1 plus delta x, your y2, and y1 is f of x1. So my tan theta is equal to delta y by delta x, that is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So this is equal to, what is y2? F of x1 plus delta x minus f of x1, and this is x2 minus x1 is delta x. This is nothing but x1 plus delta x minus x1. This x1 cancels off, so that's what it is. And what did we say? This is your tan theta, right? What if, okay, what if delta x tends to 0? That's what I was talking about. These 2 points will come very, very close, okay, and this secant will become a tangent because these 2 points will merge. So this secant will become a tangent, right? So this slope, whatever tan theta I have got, this will be the slope at this given point, and that's how we calculate it. So I'll just write the formula here. So now my tan theta will become, so at a given point, okay, x1 or whatever, so x, here it is x1, right? So this is x1, okay, x1. So this is, I'll generalize it directly, okay. So you will, I'll get rid of x1 x2 here from here. So tan theta will be equal to, if I put limits to here, that means delta x tends to 0, and I'll keep the same thing, f of x1 plus delta x minus f of x1 by delta x. So this is not your tan theta or your slope formula. I hope you remember this. Now this is what we know. This is how we get a derivative at a point. Derivative, slope, gradient, tan theta, everything is same. And as this is coming from this secant tangent formula. This is your secant, and now we move this 2 points so close together. Initially we find the tan theta for the secant, and we move this. This was because of delta x. I moved these 2 points so together. It's so close that these 2 points became very close, and this became 1 point. And that became, the secant became my tangent, and from that we got this formula. And this is your formula for, remember this is your formula for a derivative at any point. If we generalize it further, okay, so if we generalize it further, so my slope is equal to tan theta is equal to your dy by dx, that is your derivative. All these things are same, and instead of x1 I'll just remove that x1. This will be limit delta x tends to 0 f of x plus delta x, because it can be for any point. X1 was an arbitrary point, minus f of x by delta x. Okay, so this is your dy by dx derivative formula. I hope this is clear. This is clear? Let's quickly check it out. Okay, if it works. We know that d by dx of x square is equal to 2x, right? We know that. Let's check it out using this formula. So what will be the so my y is equal to fx is equal to x square. So my dy by dx or tan theta will be equal to, dy by dx is nothing but rate of change of x, right? So dy by dx will be equal to limit delta x tends to 0 f of x plus delta x minus f of x by delta x. My f of x is x square, so this is limit delta x tends to 0. Okay, f of x plus delta x is x square plus delta x whole square plus 2x delta x minus x square by delta x. This is nothing but a plus b whole square. I've expanded it out. Cancel this. So this is equal to limit delta x tends to 0. Take delta x common. So this will be delta x plus 2x by delta x. So again this delta x cancels off, and now apply limits. If I apply limits, This delta x will become 0 because that is 0. I'll just apply the limit, and this is, so my dy by dx okay, will become 2x, where y is equal to x square. So we have proved this with a simple formula that this is the form. Similarly, you can check out for e to the power x, log x, whatever, all this can be solved this way. I hope this makes sense.